do the almighty. You know I got it, you know I'm a legend. You know I'm the one, I do not come in second. Please do not tempt me, don't hold it against.
We are set, ready to rock for this Madden Ultimate Team matchup, and these guys on your screen ready to rock as well. Some of the stars of today's game, and speaking of the game, let's get right to it. Ready for football now from sunny Wisconsin. And off we go from Lambeau. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Able to push his way through. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First carry for LeGarrette Blount.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a carry for Blount. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively, because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
On 2nd down, Blount. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Vic. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a first down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Vic now. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Brady. Get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 17-yard line. A toss, left side, Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Brady. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
From the 27, Vic. He's got his receiver. It's Andre Rison. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
The Patriots send out their punter. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. A first down carry here for Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Brady. Flushed out right. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
He'll buy some time right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. The throw here going to be complete to Gordon. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Brady. He'll check this down to Johnson. That catch good for only a couple.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. Out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots' 41. Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. And going deep for Hill. Touchdown, Packers. Tyreek Hill, 41 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Vick. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up with that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Vick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, wide. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Josh Gordon, 72 yards. And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive. This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing again, Vic on 2nd and 10. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time. But now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And Gordon's got it. And they'll get this down to the 10. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
2nd down and goal. Brady under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Brady. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. goes right side, complete to Gronk. He will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Vic with the incompletion on first down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. Here's Michael Vick. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And got his man, complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he gets it up to the 46. A big play there for New England. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Vic operating on first down. He's going to let it fly. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Too many zeros on the stat sheet thus far. No touchdown passes, no points for his team, but he remains undaunted. Still attempting to get his team on the scoreboard, firing the ball downfield.
It'll be Vic once more. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick. And the Packers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
So many times we end the game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Brady going to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Brady now to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And this one is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Patriots take over. They're going to have terrific field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing, Vic. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, Make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone inbounds, get them on the ground.
Vic with the incompletion on first down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Here's Franco Harris, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Brady going to look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. From the gun, it's Brady. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Brady. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively?